Okay, good afternoon and welcome to a review of Musume Pretty Derby second season episode 4. Talk about an episode where a redemption episode, and I said this before, I felt like this is some Rocky vibe, seeing Teiou coming back from a leg injury after 10 months. After 10 long months, she finally back on her feet. And everybody was praised to see her back. The fans. People all over the world are excited to see her back. And boy, I was excited to see her back as well. Now, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised in this episode, to be honest. I wasn't surprised because, like I said, after 10 months, what can go wrong, She has her confidence up. Her dream to become undefeated now. Instead of being Triple Crown, she got to be undefeated. And beat her rival, McQueen. Now, in this episode, the storyline of this says it all. Like, the plot is still there with the enlightenment of McQueen now, but the plot's gonna be like a little thicker than what it is. And I say that because it's right now, instead of focus on Teiou, they're gonna focus on McQueen. And I think that's where the storyline is gonna jump shifts now in this season, because like I said, we're focused on Teiou and McQueen. But right now, it's gonna focus on McQueen a little further on. It's getting there. So let's start with this review right now because I want to express it. This was a really training episode, a pretty good episode nonetheless. Seeing Teiou come back after 10 months of leg surgery and running like nothing. She felt so light that she even beat them in an instant. Like, she is that good. And I'm not surprised. The trainer, he was surprised. McQueen was surprised. Even the Prez was surprised. They were all surprised to see her back. And, well, not surprised to see her back, but how, like, she is super fast now. So it was a nice episode basically this episode didn't really give you a lot of things to be talked about. What you're seeing is other side characters making friends. You see Special Week and the others, having a good time talking and training as well. And then you got this other girl who is really strict with her master's work. I mean, literally, that trainer is like with the shades. He looks shady. I don't know. And it has some funny moments in this one, like Twin Turbo with the blue hair. She's a little crack up one. She's funny. But can I say something about Goldship? Goldship is my top 5 favorite horse girls in Musume. She is so funny that I felt bad for her back. Not once, not twice, 3 freaking times. And I'm going to get to that. So let me get to that right now. So as they're training, their trainer, McQueen and Teiou's trainer, gave them some things to increase it because the next event is going to be a 3,200 meter dash. I'm going to say it again. 3,200 meter dash. So the trainer helped Teiou and McQueen with their abilities for that competition. So with Teiou, on the other hand, he gave her running shoes. He gave her running shoes to increase her endurance. So allowing her to go up the hill, because in that course it's going to be the hill train. In that course it's going to be a hill. So she's going to train Teiou with the hills. That's why he gave her running shoes. He gave McQueen some metal horseshoes to increase her legs ability. So, and that's what she had to jump from side to side, keep jumping with these heavy ass horseshoe boots that she has on, back and forth. And she was doing good. And then Goldship put her back on the line. Putting her back on the line like this. Putting her back like this. And then McQueen, as McQueen jumping over her, I felt bad for Goldship in this episode. Let me just say this. Despite everything that's happened in this, I felt bad for Goldship. The first attempt was good, and then here comes Special Week saying, oh, look, a donut truck. Break, stomp her back one time. Oh my God. And then the second attempt came in. It was a race. I mean, she brought some sweets. Stepped on the back again. And then the third time, towards the end, stomped again. Yo, Goldship is the funniest girl ever. And I felt bad for her in this episode. Poor Goldship. Poor Goldship. I don't even know, I laughed. I mean, the first time I saw McQueen stomped on Goldship's back, I was like, oh, And then the second time, I'm like, oh my God, please don't let there be a third attempt. And then the third attempt came in. Special week interfered, stepped in the back. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's gonna have major back problems. I'm surprised Goldship is still standing. I mean, you would have think after the first attempt of being stomped on, I would have thought that, okay, she's done, let special week take over. But Goldship, like, oh God, I can't believe it, that hit. But that was funny. Now, McQueen, this is where the storyline gonna jump shifts to McQueen. You know, McQueen is rich. And McQueen, she's, you gotta love the rivalry there. You gotta love it. Like, when she saw a newspaper of a photo cut of McQueen being in the back and Teiou in the front, that's kind of like open spark for her. That's kind of like, I gotta beat her now. She gonna show off like that. I gotta beat her. And then her grandmother, they didn't show her face, but her grandmother was like, the tortoise and the hare. Think of it as the tortoise and the hare. And it's good to have a rivalry, the tortoise and the hare. And if you guys know how the tortoise and the hare work, not the Looney Tunes version, because Bugs Bunny was so mad he lost to the tortoise, but the fable version that you read as a kid, the tortoise and the hare. You know, the hare was fast. He had all the time he needed. And he didn't want to get to the finish line because he knows he's faster than the tortoise. So the rabbit just stayed, the hare just lay back and chill. While the tortoise as a slow tortoise, he tried to never give up as he tried to slowly pass the rabbit, and he won. So slow and steady wins the race. That's that. So McQueen's grandmother compared McQueen as the tortoise to Teiou being the hare. By that, it's similarities to like this. So think about this. The hare is Teiou. Fast, pace, showing off. She know like that rabbit could show off anytime. Like that rabbit can do it. You're looking at the tortoise. The tortoise is not getting a lot of recommendation. When you look at if rabbit and then tortoise, who you cheer for? The rabbit, obviously. You go like, go rabbit this, go rabbit that. When you look at the tortoise, no one don't give a crap. So in McQueen's mind, in McQueen's mind, she's saying like, all I'm hearing is Teiou this, Teiou that. What about me? What about me? Sure, I'm on the billboards of like in the competition, but what about me? How come I'm not getting a lot of like recommendations or anything like that, but it's only focusing on her? That's the key to this similarity. And her grandmother's like, you have a rivalry, right? Having a rival is good. And like always, every anime have a good rivalry. Some good, some bad. I look at these two, and these two are a friendly rivalry between which one is better, you know, in terms of like, and they're on the same team. So it's not like they're on different teams. They're on the same team. And that's all right. I mean, we've seen anime shows with rivalries that's on the same team. I mean, Naruto and Sasuke, they're on the same team, Kakashi. So who am I to judge? But overall, I do like where this episode's going. I mean, next week is going to be the showdown. That's the thing. Next week is going to be the showdown that everybody wanted to see. I want to see it. Evidently, everybody want to see it. I have a prediction, and I don't know why, but I have this gut feeling that it's going to be in a draw. Or, no, I can see it in two ways. I can see it in one or two ways. Either it's going to be a draw, or the girl, or the other girl that was training at the time in that episode, I got a feeling she might beat both of them. It's one or the other, but I feel it coming. So like I said, this was a nice episode. The pacing of it was a good pacing episode with them training, seeing how they would train themselves day by day, improving their weaknesses for the next competition. So I look forward for that week's episode. Also, again, funny moment and sad. Well, funny moment is Goldship. I really hope Goldship gets her back together because that is some big print mark on her back. So thank you for watching this episode of Musume Pretty Derby Season 2. I look forward for next week's episode of Season 5, and I hope you will.